right, I am back, and I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a new link for my Facebook friends so that they can come on over. I made the mistake of, I'm trying to get some things done here while I'm talking here. I made the mistake of not setting up my stream properly. I didn't change the orientation, and you can't do it midstream. So that stunk, but thank you for bearing with me. Hopefully you're gonna all be finding me. Oh, there's Sheila. She's found me again. I am so happy. Let me see. I'm gonna try to post this again and try this link. I'm trying to work around my camera. Hopefully everybody else will find me again too. We'll just write take 2. All right. We'll give people a little bit of time to come over. Crash is saying hello to everybody. He's happy to be on here for Friday Night Live. Crash, say hello. Right here, right here. There you go. That's a close-up of Crash. He usually lets me know when I'm moving too much. He's just, meow. All right, so we're going to get started in just a second. I have a fun little project for you. We are going to be making an Easter card, and it is a pop-up card. And it is in the shape of a cross because Easter is coming, and the empty cross is what it's all about. So many of you know that I work at a church, and in fact, the other person who found me first here, Sheila, she also works at my church. Well, she works for herself, but she is our bookkeeper. So we work together at Curtis Lake in Sanford, and Easter is coming. I don't know how many of you know that, but when you work at a church, you know when Easter is coming. In fact, I spent all day today at a local printer in Portsmouth working on our Easter mailer. So we put together like a little book. I mean, it's not really a book. It's like it's like a catalog, only it's got 4 pages, and it just tells when our service times are for Friday and Saturday, and then it tells on the inside a lot about what's going on, and different things that we can offer in the way of childcare and groups and classes and grief share, things like that. So I design it. Well, I don't design it. I put the content together, send it over to the printer who designs it, and then they have to print it. And then because I got it so late this year, I had to go over and run the machine that actually puts it, cuts it, folds it, and then I had to bundle for the post office. So that took me all day, and that's after somebody else had done it most of the day yesterday. So, but it's good news, it's done. I'm exhausted, but tomorrow we take it to the post office, and then we'll be done with it, and all that's left for me is the celebration of Easter. But that got me thinking all day long. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do for Friday Night Live? And I'm like, oh, well, Easter's coming. Let's do an Easter card. And these cross cards that I've been seeing, yes, it was a busy day, Sheila. These cross cards that I've been seeing for a little while now, they're all over the internet. So I thought I might as well jump on the bandwagon. And I have some, I thought I'd send some Easter cards to my small group and probably also to our pastor. And so I thought I would do this. So let's turn us down and we'll get started. Whoop, my phone holder is not doing very well these days. I keep meaning to fix it. And by fix it, I mean I hope I can super glue it, but I'm not sure if I can. Well, we'll see. Well, let's just get started here anyway. Now, every Monday, I have a project sheet in my Monday email for the Friday Night Live before it. But if you wanted to make some cards this weekend, you can go ahead and take a shot of these directions. I'll keep them right here. You should be able to zoom in on them. I will talk about them as we go through it too. But this will allow you to at least have some quick stuff if you haven't seen this before. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is cut the base of the card. And I'm going to use three basic, three cardstocks and a designer series, no, 4 cardstocks and a designer series paper. So for this basic white piece that we need, this is the base of our card. We need something that is 3.5 by 5.5. I'm going to cut the 5.5 because that's normal measurement here, half of that, and then 3.5. So this is the base. I will also need a scrap for my sentiment circle, and I have that over here somewhere. I've got a couple of pieces of scrap stuff that I can use if I need to. And then we need a piece that is 3 by 5 for the back as well. So I'm going to cut that. Oh, see, I have another piece. So 3 by 5. And this is just going to help with the balance of the card. So I have these 2 pieces, and here's my little scrap that I'm going to use for the sentiment. All right, and then I'm going to have the foldable base of my card. So this is an interactive card. It folds flat, but it pops up 3D. And so for this, we're going to use Daffodil Delight, which my dear friend Sheila, loaned me. She actually gave me more than I needed, more than I'd asked to borrow before my order comes in. And so I was looking around what I had to use, and the DSP I wanted to use was this, which is a Daffodil Delight and white gingham. So that's why I wanted to use Daffodil Delight. So we're going to need a piece that is 5 by 5.25. So here's 5, and here's 5.25. Okay. And on this piece, on the short end, so with the 5, let's see, that's the 5.25. So with the 5 along your base, you're going to score it at 1, so here's 1, 7/8, which is 2 marks before the 2, 3 1/8, which is 2 marks after the 3, and at 4. And then we need a crossbar for our cross. So I need that to be 1.25 by 3 1/8. And I think this might be, it's not, it's a little bit bigger than 1.25. So we're going to cut it at 1.25 by 3 1/8. And that's our crossbar for our cross. And then we need another piece that is 3 by 5, or 3.25 by 5.25. And that's just kind of an accent for the back. So 3.25 by 5.25. All right. So the 2 back pieces, I'm going to show you. These two go together. They'll actually just go on the back of this white piece. So you just have those layers. I mean, it just pretties up the back just a little bit. All right. And now I'm going to bring in some pecan pie. That's going to be my cross. And so for my pecan pie, I need a piece that is 1 1/8 by 5 1/8 and 1 1/8 by 3. So if I just do this at 1 1/8 across here, I know that this is going to be long enough to get my 2 pieces. So 5 1/8 and 3 inches. All right. So I have those 2 pieces. Now, before I decorate any more, I'm gonna set this aside for a little bit, and um, these measurements do not contain the measurements for my designer series paper, which was unfortunate because I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm gonna put my, I'm gonna put this in here. We'll go to the other side, ignore this. For your DSP, you're gonna need 2 pieces. So if I bring back this piece, so this was scored at 1, so this is 1 inches, this is 1 inch wide. So I want something that is 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/8. It is going to layer right into here nicely. And then I'm going to put a layer here as well. And this one was 7/8 of an inch wide, so I need something that is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So I need 2 of those because there's one here and one there. I need 2 of the first ones, one there and one there. I'm not going to do something for the middle because most of it gets covered up anyways. I thought I'd make the cross a little bit larger. Hopefully it will work out. So I'm going to bring in my DSP now, and I'm going to cut a piece that is 7/8 of an inch wide. Again, this is 12 inches long, so it's going to be plenty long enough to get my 5 1/8. And then I need one that is 3/4 of an inch wide. And now I'll just cut each one of these down to 5 1/8. 2 marks past the 5. 5 1/8. Five and 1/8. Oh, you know what? I did not go back and check the new chat. Let's see if any new friends have joined us. Well, Sheila's there. If you are joining us, go ahead and let us know you're here. And then I need these to be also 5 1/8. And 5 1/8. Now the reason why we made our white base so narrow at 3.5 is because this is going to fold. And so here's my sample. So when it folds, you can see that it sticks out over here. So in order to get it in the envelope, I need to accommodate for that. That's why we started with something a little smaller. All right, I'm almost done. You know what? We will save the embossing for a little bit later. Now, coming back to this piece that we had already scored, I want this middle piece to be up. That's the part that sticks up. So I'm going to make a mountain fold on each side of it. And then I'm going to make a valley fold so it goes the opposite way on the ends. Or if you wanted it valley, mountain, mountain, valley, if you're folding in order. We're going to bring in our white piece right here. Now let me move this off to the side. What we're going to do is we're going to put that there. We're going to glue that over here. We're just going to glue those sides, and then that's going to be able to lie flat like that. So you kind of get an idea of where it's going to set on this white piece. You want the top, left, and bottom pieces to all have the same border. So we're going to just take that one strip, and I'm going to lay it down there. And if I work quickly enough, I can probably just sort of lightly tack that down. And I'm going to put my glue over here. And I'm going to see if I can do the same thing over here. And before that's really down firmly, I'm going to fold it because I want to make sure it does fold flat. And so that's pretty good. This side's a little bit wider, just a tad. It's fine. So we've got, if you look at it this way, this is what you've got going on. All right, and so it will lay flat in our envelope just as we need it to. So now let's go ahead and put on our pieces. These wider pieces of gingham are going to go on these outside two edges. Just a 1/16 of an inch border. It's pretty narrow. I think this yellow gingham is so pretty and spring-like and joyful, which is what I'm going for with an Easter card. Okay. There we go. And then these two narrower ones go on these side pieces here. This is really a very, very simple card. It looks way more impressive than the difficulty level would make you think it is. Oops, that's a little piece of I think. There we go. And then we'll do that one on the other side. This will just show from the side. Won't really show any other time. But this card will stand up, so having something on the side makes it extra special. All right, so now my cross is going to go here. This is way too long. Oh, yeah, that's because it goes this way. Our cross is going to go like this. But I thought, wait a second, there's another yellow piece here. Those are going to go together. But I thought, rather than, and you could use a wood grain DSP here, but I thought I would get a little bit more use out of my Timber 3D embossing folder. This is on the last chance list, if you didn't know. It is at 50% off, which makes me think that they might have plenty of them. I can't say that for sure, but I think they do. Because they want to unload it so that things move faster when it's on sale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in these two pieces, and I want my wood grain to go vertically on the post that goes up and down. And I want, let's see, how do I want it? I want it also to go vertically with the cross one. So I need to have them go in opposite directions. So vertical here and vertical here. Just a little thing of mine. I think it makes a little bit of difference. Just mimics the wood that you probably have there. So it's a 3D embossing folder, so we'll just put plate number 4 on top. Yes, I'm gonna miss this one too. I love it. I mean, wood grain, you use wood grain a lot. It goes with so much. All right, and so now I have, you can see that if you want to put a little bit more accent on it or kind of bring out that wood grain, you can always bring in your pecan pie pad, or you could even bring in a darker one too, and just kind of do some swirlies around. You can see that brings out that wood grain even more. And it doesn't take much effort at all. All right. And it's okay if in some places it's darker than others, because that's the way wood is too. Okay, so let's bring in these pieces again, and we're going to put them together. Put this right on the top. And it might help if you just lay it down so that you can press it pretty well. And then I need to adhere this to the crossbar. Let's see, there we go. And then just going to adhere this. Now, remember, you can't put adhesive all over the back of this, because then when you do this, it'll stick to all the sides, and that's not going to work. You want to make sure it's just where these two pieces overlap. So if you want to have an idea of where the center is, you can bring in a ruler if you want to. Now, I'm not going to do it on the front side. I'm going to do it on the back side. So if I wanted to find the center, it's at 1 mark after 1.5. If I want to find the center of this piece that sticks up right here, which is 1.25, it would be 5/8. That is roughly the halfway mark, right about there. So I'd kind of want, it's about like that. And you can kind of see, I mean, you can eyeball it, but that's about right. Okay, so you can decide how far up and down you want it to go. I'm using my gingham to kind of keep it straight. Okay, so I'm not sure why I have some sticky on there. Oop. I did the whole thing, didn't I? Oh, I just told you not to do the whole thing. My goodness. Well, where's my adhesive eraser? It's got to be around here somewhere. I use it all the time because I make mistakes all the time. But I am getting ready for a whole bunch of events coming up. So whether or not I can find it is another story. Let's see. Nope, not there. I found one. All right, I found one. So we're going to just remove the adhesive from where it's not supposed to be. And what I could do if I didn't want to fight with my eraser for this is I could have actually put a piece of gingham on there and called it good. I mean, nobody's going to see it anyways. So covering up the adhesive would work as well. All right. You guys love adhesive removers? You ever have to use them? I have to use them more than I care to tell you. All right, let's see. And I'm just going to make sure I don't have any over here. The adhesive. I do, because see how messy it's getting? You just keep working it. Take the yuckies off. And you'll get that. You'll get all the stickies off with this. You can find these at a dollar store. Most craft stores will probably have them. Stampin' Up! Used to carry them. They don't anymore. All right, so I can see where my adhesive is going to go here. How about I just put it there? That might be wiser, huh? All right, let's see. try this again. All right. And I'm using the lines of my gingham to just line it up. Make sure it's it's straight. My cross is straight. So there I have my cross. Now we just need to decorate it a little bit. Now, if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, let me tell you one of the other benefits to being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. This was the Paper Pumpkin for February 2025. And it had, let me show you. You could create these 9 cards. Now, Paper Pumpkin just increased their price. It is still a fantastic deal. It went up $2. It is still a fantastic deal. And it comes to your door every month if you get the ongoing subscription. And not only do you get the contents to make 9 cards, but look, I also got a stamp and spot in here. I got everything I needed for those 9 cards. Plus I can use the spot again, and it came with a stamp set. And one of the images on that stamp set, let me see if I can find the words here for you. So you can put that in a case. One of the word sets was Happy Easter. And that's one of the things I love about Paper Pumpkin. I don't send a lot of Easter cards, but I don't have to buy a whole Easter set because I've got an Easter. A lot of times these Paper Pumpkins will have a holiday in them as well. So we are going to use that to our advantage, and I'm going to take that and stamp on my scrap paper that is right over here. Let's die cut this first though. And I figured a nice circle would go nicely in there. And when I thought about it and the dies that I was going to use with it, which I'm having a hard time putting my hands on at the moment because I don't know where it went. Let's see. Well, I know that I'm going to use this because I'm die cutting. And I'm pretty sure everything else that I'm using, well, here's the container for it. Where did you go? Oh, here you are. That's not the container for it. That's for something else. Spotlight on Nature dies. So it's a bunch of circle dies. And I thought, oh, I'm going to use this one. It's like it's got leaves on it. When you die cut it, I'm going to die cut it out of white, basic white. Let's bring in my machine. And we need plate number 1. And we need plate number 2. And we need a 3. We need our die and cardstock. And we will need a top plate, top number 3. 7 people watching, and Sheila's the only one that wants to chat with me. Thank you, Sheila. While you're watching, don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so, because then you'll be notified next time I have content uploaded. Also, hit that notification bell, do all those things. That helps make me easier to find for not only others, but for you as well. I'm going to take Old Olive, and I'm going to just stamp Happy Easter right there in the center of that circle. And then I thought, let's decorate this another way. It just needs a little bit of something else. So you can take any kind of greenery that you have. So there are lots of dies that give you like a stem with leaves or something like that. I've used the Bow Punch, which is currently unavailable. It's also on the last chance list. Now, usually if it says currently unavailable, more is coming in. But since it's on the last chance list, I don't know. It may have just gone out right before I went live. So I don't know, but you can use any kind of greenery that you want. This was just really easy because it was a punch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right up here. Now, if I'm folding to the right, so I want to make sure that, you know, if I have this, I don't want it sticking beyond this, because look at the cross. When I flatten it out, that goes to about 4 1/4 inches, which fits in an envelope. But if you have this sticking out beyond there, that's not going to fit in the envelope. So if you're going to do both sides, just keep that in mind. I'm just going to put this right up here on one side. I think that's all that's needed right there. I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to flip it around though. I think it looks better this way. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. And let's see where we want this. We want this kind of like that, I think. So I'm going to hold this down with dimensionals. Take that off. And I thought after I was doing this that I thought perhaps somebody might think that these little holes also kind of remind them of thorns, or like a crown of thorns. So I kind of went with that as well. So here is our card. It lays flat for mailing, and then you can pop it up, and it will stand up, but it's a little top heavy. So that's why I wanted to put some layers on the back. Let's go ahead and do that. And this is where you'll write your message. Happy Easter. Hope you have a great week off. That's to those that I work with. No, we don't get a week off after Easter. In fact, sometimes it gets pretty busy, because you've got a whole bunch of people asking about different things. Thanks to my Easter mailer. That's the hope anyways. So we'll put this right on here. And there we go. It stands up and it looks great this way. So that is the card that I have for you tonight. Now, I do want to tell you that next Friday is Good Friday. We have a service at church. I will not be live, and as has been my custom, I will also not be on social media on Friday. There will be no Friday Night Live. So have a great weekend ahead. Get some stamping done. Don't forget, prices on cardstocks going up soon. Check out that last chance list for some really great products at good prices. Remember, it's only while supplies last. And I will see you soon. Monday will be my email. When Thursday, there's a lunchtime look. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. See you soon.